Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and this is a special day. I guess it's a special day.
I think we're trying to make up. Yep, 6 years.
6 years? It can't be.
I thought it was 7.
The Birthiversary.
It's the Birthiversary. Episode number 6 of the Birthiversary. It's kind of crazy. It's hard to believe, you know, when we started this bad boy in 2019, me and Matt and Toby and Josh and the other morons that aren't really on the show anymore.
You've cycled them out.
You got some new morons now.
No, that's right. I've got a new set of morons. Exactly right, Dan.
Bring it.
It's kind of weird how it's changed and I guess evolved over the years. You know, originally it was I was going to do just interviews. I was only going to interview like distillers and people in the bourbon industry and stuff like that. And then COVID hit, and I started reviewing and doing all kinds of dumb stuff. And now I just do a little bit of everything. You know, we've done virtual, we've done everything. So I think for 6 years we need to sit back and look at least the last year and just say, hey, what are the highlights? What are the lows? Favorite parts, not so favorite parts. We have some people that are with us today that have pretty much missed the entire year.
I was just getting ready to say the MIA of the groups that finally decided to show up.
It's funny.
I've been on one other episode this year. Thank you very much.
One other episode.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either. That's the funny thing.
Do we ever remember what it is?
Yeah. But it's funny. Like I think Carl showed up for Festivus.
Yes, he did.
Hey, I was at Polar Express.
And then Jared showed up today. Like, it's like no rhyme or reason, you know? And then the one person that I thought would be here today didn't show up at all, Johnny.
Well, he had some obligations.
He did.
So let's put it to that.
We'll
toast to Johnny.
We'll let him slide.
Nah,
we'll let him slide.
no.
For sure.
No.
All right. Anyway, back to year number 6 in the books. Nick, I don't think you've missed too much, and Brian's not missed too much this year. There's got to be some highlights that you have in the old dome there.
I would say one of my biggest highlights from this past year had to been the Maker's Mark tour, the Star Hill Farms tour. It was just everything that was that entire tour, the SUV tour that took us around to all the different locations, showing how they are trying to use renewable resources, you know, solar panels, you know, their farm. They're trying to use the goats to do all their grass cutting, mowing. Yeah. And, you know, then they end up then on the farm to table, you know, from there. So
no, for sure.
Just really amazing. And then we got to also at that same time got to try their new first mash bill ever outside of their main mash bill.
Oh, their OG, yeah. Mm-hmm. The Star Hill Farm, yeah. Thomas did such a great job with that. And you know, I'm sorry I messed that up for us because I was actually gimped that weekend. Like, I had a bad bum ankle. I couldn't hardly walk.
And I had a migraine going.
So it was kind of funny when you sit back and look at that weekend. It was a good one. We had a great time, and we learned a ton about the entire process at Makers. But it was really odd that, you know, Barbara with the headache. I couldn't hardly walk. I mean, it was a rough day, but we had a good time with it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember even on the tour, whenever we were going through the actual distillery side of things, and we were able to taste some of the White Lightning, you know, straight from the still.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was neat when they let us try the yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that too, yes.
The yeast was a really neat experience. Like, not very often, you know. I mean, that's the only proprietary thing with most distilleries, and the fact that they let you kind of taste it, touch it, you know, like smell it,
and see it in the fridge.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's just kind of it was a weird scenario when you kind of look at that piece of it. But
do you mean like the actual grain?
No, I'm talking about the actual yeast. They dump into the grain whenever they're making the actual beer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. Got it.
The thing that makes the alcohol that makes us joyous.
Yeah, the thing that eats the sugar that makes alcohol, yes.
Well, at first I was thinking you were talking about like the distiller's beer, but then...
So, yeah, we could have done that too, but we did not.
I've done that before.
Yeah, the problem is you can't reach them, I don't think. If I remember correctly, their tunes were massive.
Yes, they were.
You would have fell in one of those bad boys. It was big. So it was definitely a neat experience. And then Brian and I had the privilege of, which I think might have been the coolest experience as far as like from the 30,000 foot level, because we got to meet a country music star, Dierks Bentley. That was pretty cool. Out at Green River for his release of his new label. So that was definitely a neat experience.
And I can say that I was a bit apprehensive whenever I see a singer, somebody that's in the limelight.
Yeah.
That has their name on whiskey. I'm like, they were good.
Yeah.
They were so good.
But it's so hard to, I mean, people don't give Green River the credit that they deserve.
Oh, I know. They are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good stuff for sure. So.
And I just want to add makers.
It's inexpensive. Come on. For one, Dan, you got to get on the mic, and then B, you have to use the right terminology. Come on, dog. You've been around long enough. Look, Brian just kept the mic now. Good Lord.
I can't mess with the old dog.
He might bite. You better watch out, dude.
We are definitely all like brothers and lone sister.
Yeah, for sure. Evil stepsister.
To your point,
Bring it on.
the Green Rivers are excellent pours, without a doubt. And to your point, inexpensive.
Yes.
I mean,
we don't like to use the word cheap in the bourbon
we'll say
industry.
that it's very affordable.
Yes,
Very
very
affordable.
affordable.
It's cheap. Let's be honest. I'm just kidding.
And I think also like what made Maker's Mark and Star Hill Farm so unique, we've all probably been there a dozen times. We've never been able to see what we saw while we were there, between hopping in the Star Hill Farm Lexus SUV, going off road, and then learning like what it is that they're doing, like the trees, like the everything about it, and even the way that Thomas Bolton, you're the man, the way that he was very insistent about how he was going to open up that bottle of Makers.
Right.
And we've all opened a lot of those,
A million of them.
a lot, and their wax game, they have got it.
Yes.
Because the tear tab never breaks.
Yep.
It is always clean. It's always crisp. And when he did that on the mic, it was almost like the movie Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, the arm wrestling. No,
I know. Yeah, I get what you're going. Keep going.
Where he takes his hat and he turns it backward.
Yeah.
Like that was the beginning of what we were going to experience while we were there. I loved it.
Yep. But I tell you, the one thing is, and most people don't get to kind of, I guess, enjoy this part of like hanging out with Brian and the Brocks and everybody else. Is like all bottles are open. Like we don't care. We drink it. We do whatever. But the fact that you actually took some of your own Maker's Mark product and were like, hey, I want to try this too while we're doing this. That way we can kind of, sample this versus other things. That's an experience that most people don't understand or don't get to see about how the back end of things work.
Yeah. And so when I talked to Thomas for the first time, I had asked, hey, would you mind? So one, I shared like what Maker's 46 cast strength is to me and how I went there.
Yep.
And then I shared, hey, I've got a couple of these bottles. He's like, you have what? So Maker's had, except for the one that they have in their storage someplace, they haven't had that bottle on at the distillery since 2018. And what it is, it was the first stave that they actually kind of X'd because it was delicious in itself and that it was very butterscotch. Do you need a knife, Scott?
Yum.
No, I'm good.
Very butterscotch, but it didn't play well with all the other staves. And they only experimented with 3 different barrels. So I didn't realize that it was as rare as it was.
Okay.
And I was thrilled, that he was cool with me bringing it, and that we opened it, and that we got to share it as a group. Somebody help Scott.
I've got it. The problem is
He's working it.
Do you want me to take that over somewhere and open it?
No, the problem is
it's like a condom when you're 16 years old. You just can't get it open.
That's right.
You gotta use
At
your
least
teeth.
not fast enough.
All right. So one thing I did want to do while you're kind of working that is try to revisit the virtuals that we did this year.
The virtuals, yeah.
So we started the year off with High West because we got the Burr Eye and the Casa.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
Tara
that
Lindley,
Burr.
her knowledge was just on point. Like she had so much bourbon knowledge, and the fact that she was able to tie that with her wine knowledge and everything else that kind of went with it was really neat. Lodestar was a big, for some reason, just those girls in general, they were just super entertaining. Gwendolyn and Anna, yeah, they were super fun. Man, this thing is.
Come on, work it.
Is there some kind of weird plastic or something on this thing?
Cut it.
All right,
Dude,
Look at it. It's like sticking.
I'll take that up with a mean later.
It's
that's
fighting
what
you.
she said.
All right, so a couple of the other ones we had as well was we did during the summer Finland.
Yeah. Filmlin, Troy Bolotnick.
with where they had the that 4-grainer.
Yep,
that we
Rising
got-
Robots and all that stuff. Yep.
Yes, so that was really awesome. And then we did miss out on one. We hadn't been able to get 10-day in, but we had few conversations around that. We tried to get MGP in. We had a few conversations and end up getting delayed.
Those will be early next year, I think.
Yeah, we're going to work on those early next year. And then the finish for the year was we did blind barrels.
Bobby.
Yes,
Bobby DeMars.
That was an amazing interview. And we went to the pea patch too many times on football.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, the Ogeron jokes alone that he was saying. And his actually, I mean, I got to say, his imitation of Ogeron was pretty spot on.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
May I ask, what is the pea patch?
It's going off the path, going off
Yeah.
into stray. It's a little
Off the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going off road to
Off
off
the cut
subject.
in Kentucky,
Yes.
off the cut.
Off the
Which
cut.
I was
yeah.
here for like 8 years before I even knew what that meant.
Yeah. Yeah. Being off the cut, off the pea patch,
Pea patch is like our podcast.
Yeah.
We never stay on topic.
Fair enough. That is fair enough.
I.e. right now.
So,
Hey,
We're still on topic.
As we sit around the table, I keep on scrolling through all the episodes that we had. Like we sat with Brian Gelfa.
oh, Brian, yeah. Brian was a great conversation.
Yep, wealth and knowledge. You're
Yep.
representing two different brands, one very close
Yep.
to his heart, one he's known the Hendersons forever.
Yep, Gandolfo, Matt. Matt was a good conversation. Man, I mean, we had so many good conversations this year with different distilleries, different brands. We went back out to West Fork. We visited them for the first time in 4 years.
Oh yeah, something like that. And we brought that was the first time that I will say the entire panel here was floored whenever the legend picked a finished bourbon.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I think the thing that got me the most was the different stuff. Like, I mean, they were working on a hot honey,
Which has
finished
been
barrel.
released. It has been released.
Pizza?
They had some kind of like kimchi or like what was the
Korean barbecue.
The Korean barbecue sauce. Yes, like I mean like all kinds of crazy things that they were working on.
Sriracha.
Yeah, for other restaurants and things like that. So it was so neat when you sit back and look at it all, like how it works and how everything kind of just melded together with them and their strategy and how they're doing things.
And then don't forget our two trips. We went to KAD.
Yeah, we went to KAD,
Yeah.
Kentucky Art and Distillery.
And
We,
then-
what was his name?
Another Cody.
Cody, that's right. Yeah, Cody. And then Casey. Yep.
Dude, Casey Jones.
Yeah, oh,
They
dude.
do like they're 50-50. You 50% to me.
Yeah.
Right, so what I say sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, cane sugar.
Yeah.
And then corn,
Yeah.
chuggable.
Yeah. It is definitely chuggable.
Dude, the grounds, Arlen? No, not Arlen. What was Arlen.
Yeah, Arlen. Yeah.
Yeah, how he gave all us bottles
Yep.
to take home with us.
Yep.
$100 bottles.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I actually have one of those sitting here on the table right now.
The-
It's one of the
Eclipse
right
Yeah.
here.
So the funny thing is when you sit back and you look at those things, right? Like the experience from start to finish there might have been one of the better ones, just because of the fact that like they came out to the car like, hey, come on in, how y'all doing? Like,
Cool.
and then the fact that we were able to look at the coffin stills, like the original coffin stills that like the old guy made, that was the original, Casey Jones and stuff. So it was a really, really neat experience with that piece. Now that being said, that was a hell of a drive. I felt like we were in a car for a long time. It wasn't quite Jack Daniel's drive, but it was a drive.
But yeah, it was 2.5 hours to get out to Owensboro?
Yeah. No. It's out past Owensboro.
Yeah,
It's
no,
close to damn near close to Paducah. I felt like we were way out there.
It's near Hopkinsville.
Yeah, Hopkinsville.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was out in the middle of nowhere. We did have a great lunch that day though.
Oh, that was amazing out there. Yes.
Dude, yeah, I
The
almost,
Scotch egg at this little Irish restaurant we went to.
oh, yeah. Yeah, and I was so surprised to see that there.
Yeah.
Because a small, quaint town.
Yeah.
And you walk into this. I have to be careful so I don't insult anybody.
Yeah.
You walk into this unassuming, not a tablecloth place, but high end food.
Yeah.
Well,
for
I mean,
sure.
think of it. This was like in a strip mall, like old house looking location.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, it was at the town square. I
Yes,
mean,
it
yeah,
was town square,
It was
yes.
an old building at the town square, like just right there. It was not a place that you would have expected for sure.
Yeah, but it was based on a recommendation, from the distillery whenever we were heading out for the day.
Right. So a lot of neat experiences this year. I felt like we just had a lot of fun. So it just really was a lot of cool people, I guess would be the best way of putting it. We met a lot of fun people throughout the year.
Yep. And every single person is so genuine. Like there were no shows, there was no this, there was no that. No, like they were just being themselves, which is a wonderful thing to see. And yes, they're competition amongst each other, but they're also very cordial and, like they'll help the other distilleries when needed.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the surprises this year for me was, I think, there's a lot of enjoyment, but like West Fork, whenever we looked at their mash bill of the regular line bourbon, not the hammer,
Right.
Hammer, the Hugh Hammer,
The Hugh Hammer.
but
Stop.
them,
Hammer time.
but them not actually having barley
Right.
in their mash bill.
Nope.
And then the Hughes being mostly 99.1,
Correct.
which was amazing.
Yep.
Love it. Love 99.
I think the biggest thing that got me was the 3-grain weeded rye there.
Yeah, that was it. No barley.
Yeah. And then, we had a similar experience with Brian and I. We were able to meet with at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, Greg from Larrikin. And that Larrikin bottle was 65-35.
Yep.
65% rye, 35% wheat.
Yep, I have it here, and it's marketed as a high wheat rye.
Yeah. Like, I mean, who does that? Him and some dude in Florida,
Yeah,
evidently.
exactly. And that's also like one of my favorites of the year, as is the Star Hill Farm.
Yeah.
They were just two bottles that just so stood out for me.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of that, I was going to ask, like, so what are some bottles this year that like have really, spoke to you? I guess would be the best way of putting it.
This 17-year-old Louisville.
The 17-year-old Louisville. All right.
This bottle spoke to me after a lot of whiskeys beforehand, and it just, the first sip that I took, I just had to have it. I just can't talk enough about this.
No.
Fantastic.
It is.
Like, what kind of age do you have? Like, what's the proof? What's all the good stuff about it?
17 years old. It's a KBF 24. It's 151 proof. I can't tell you a mash bill because I don't think
It's the 99.1 corn. I know what the mash bill is. That's not a big deal, but yeah. It's funny. So Dan and I were like, we obviously were thinking alike. So I brought the 16-year. And this is actually batch 1. So this was released, I think, in 2023, 2024, something like that, the very beginning.
Okay.
And this one's 148.2. Also a banger. It's
Man, I'm sipping on that one right now. It is a banger.
It's just funny, when you get these light whiskeys and how unique they can taste from a flavor profile, even though they're 99% corn.
And it's funny that you say it's a light whiskey.
Yeah.
Because if somebody hears the 148, 151 proof, they're not going to think it's a light whiskey, but in fact is, without a doubt.
Yeah, they drink real soft, for sure.
Yeah, and historically, light whiskey became a thing in the late 60s in an effort for the U.S. to combat all the clear spirits.
Yep.
They want to try and find a way where the wood would influence the whiskey a lot less.
Yeah.
So there they went. And Oak Crow Light had one as well.
Oak Crow Light, that's funny.
Yeah, dude, how fun would that be to find?
It's probably like 100 proof though. That's the funny thing. I mean, we as bourbon snobs really started the high proof stuff in the early 2000s, I guess would be the best way of putting it. And that was because of the Japanese market more than anything else. Like they were like, all right, we really love 80 and 90 proof whiskey. How do we get something that's got a little bit more pep? And I think Wild Turkey and, some of the other brands decided when they were going to release some special release stuff, like Kentucky Legend and the old split labels, things like that were over 100 proof. They were really, really unique offerings at that time.
But also it was in the 60s where they actually allowed the whiskey to go in the barrel at 125 proof.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's part of it was so the distilleries to get more money, more bang
Right.
for the buck.
Right.
By then proofing it down to 100, to 80, to 90.
Right.
And over there. So, yeah, good for the government for stepping in there.
Yeah. Is that the only good thing the government's ever done?
Oh, let's not. So this is not a segue.
I wasn't segueing.
Oh, no. Because
I was just laughing because,
because Mr. Carter and Boothie,
yeah.
dude, we had so much fun there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. It's funny with Mark. So Mark is such a good dude. He's so genuine, so giving of his time and, his talents and stuff like that. But Booth is a special cat. Like Booth is so enamored with how bourbon fits into his life and how bourbon fits into our community, and it's really, really neat to see somebody like Booth talk about those type of things. So
yeah, like he's been in for quite a while, and he still gets giddy about it. Like it's what he does full time.
yeah,
that he is in charge of the membership experience down there. Dude, He loves it, and he is so protective of what's going on down there, dude. And he dresses dapper.
He does. He's always dressed to the nines for sure.
I must say, the most enthusiastic guy I had to say was I think it was Brian from Blind Barrels.
Bobby, yes. Bobby was crazy enthusiastic, but I think he's a character. Like I'm not comparing myself to him, but we both have big personalities, right? Like when
Clearly.
people talk about me, they say, "Oh God, Scott's a lot to deal with," which I appreciate y'all for putting up with my shit because I am a lot to deal with.
Mr. Boombastic.
But it's one of those funny things. But it's one of those funny things that, when you meet somebody that's as big of a personality as you and possibly bigger, like you're like, damn, that dude's got a lot going on. Because like he really was like USC, blah blah blah. This the story that the story he told about him and the argument he had with one of the other bourbon creators and stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but like all the things that kind of went on with that whole process. It's funny when you learn and see those things, how it all plays out.
Yeah, I enjoyed interviews like that. Whenever you just maybe have to just incite them just a little bit to lead them down a road, and they just go.
Yeah, and then sometimes you got to cut stuff out of conversations. Sometimes you say something you shouldn't say. We had a couple of those this year. Oof, man! There's nothing I hate worse than editing.
Yeah, we know. Really, because I'm the only damn one that does it.
Well, that is 100%. I am the only one that does it. So it's definitely a unique experience for that. So,
Yeah.
What about you, Barbara? You've drank a lot of whiskey with us. Now you've missed a few of the trips.
I've missed a good chunk of the trips,
Yeah.
really. Which is, of course, something that happens when you are a husband-wife duo and there are kids.
Yep.
And there's lots of, family things that occur.
Right.
I would love to, in 2026, go on more.
There
That
we
would
go.
be fantastic.
Your oldest son is at the point now where you can probably, as long as you don't give them guns, they'll probably be okay when you get back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm smiling and nodding at this point, just saying, sure.
Ironically enough, I'm not entirely sure that the youngest isn't a little bit more mature than the oldest.
Well, that happens when testosterone kicks in too.
Yeah. I get a little wishy-washy on the smarts there. But yeah, I mean, I really did, like Brian said, Maker's Mark was absolutely phenomenal. Migraine and all, and I did. I wasn't able to fully enjoy the flavors of the different bourbons and whiskeys that we did try. However, I got a good hint, so to speak, in revisiting them when I wasn't with a migraine. Was fantastic. And I love the sustainability that they're trying to grow and the research that they're doing for the oak trees.
Yep.
That is really cool. I want to go back in a couple of years and look at that yard, that hill there, and see how big are those trees now, because they were like next to nothing when we were there. And I think that is something that is really important in the bourbon industry, to make sure that you're using the resources that you have and can get easily, and use the natural resources within the community to help, build everything. Because that even helps, the local farmers and everybody around there.
Right.
With rich soil, with the manure and everything else, with the different farm animals. I think they had the Wagyu beef.
Yep.
They had just gotten a couple of those, and the goats and whatnot. And I can't remember the guy who did the glass works. Remember all the...
Is it Chihuly?
Yes, Chihuly. Thank you. We got to see, as they were starting to put all of that up into Makers, all those beautiful art pieces that they put. They have that one that is fantastic in the rick house that's in the wall, in the ceiling.
What was his wife's name? Peggy?
Yeah, I do not recall.
I feel bad about not remembering that,
I
because
think
a lot of that
seems
went back
familiar.
to her touch on the brand of Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I feel like that is because I ended up going back to Makers in August with Bourbon Women.
Okay.
When it was full force with the Chalui, and I feel like Peggy was potentially the wife's name that really helped out. But it was still, that was still also an incredible experience to get, and I mean it's makers. They're good with weededs. I like weeders.
Yep.
We know I'm special. Oh, Margie. That's
so
right.
see, that makes sense because Margaret usually sometimes
Margaret.
Peggy
Close to
is short
Peggy,
for
yeah.
Margaret. Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thank you, tech support. But just everything in general.
The cellar was one of my favorite parts of that. Now that I sit back and think about it, going into the actual cellar.
Into the cellar, yeah, that was really cool.
I remember being in the very, very back corner of that cellar, and
Because
like you could touch the wall, like
and
the
it was
concrete
so
wall.
cool
Yes.
and cold, and you can hear the natural spring kind of trickling through it.
And there were special barrels.
That's right.
That were
Yeah,
lined
yeah.
up on that one lawn. We could not talk about them.
Yes,
Could not say anything.
We
about
couldn't
them.
say anything.
I was
I
like,
remember
Thomas,
that.
and he'd be like, "We don't talk about.
We don't
this,
talk
Scott."
about those.
It was like, "We don't talk about Bruno." He was like, "Scott, we don't talk about
Talk about
those."
those.
I was
That's
like, "Oh, okay." So we don't
okay.
talk about those barrels over there that are way bigger than normal barrels that look
That looked like something fun over there.
wee. But yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
To me, I agree. That's so much fun when you can go into a place and you're able to, get the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
To me, the funniest thing was too, and I remember this very vividly. Me and Barbara and Brian are kind of bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
And we all have our glasses and we're drinking, and the people look at us like, what fucking tour are they on? And why aren't we walking? Why are we not walking around? Because we're just sitting there going like drinking straight up, like big pours, like straight out. Because but we walk through and like instead of like everything, like they're pouring us stuff right out of the Rick House stuff. And I was like, well, all right.
Forgot
So
about that.
we're sitting there just drinking whiskey, walking on the tour, and everybody's like, what are they doing?
I forgot about that.
So
How do I get a
That's
part of
because
the
you
cool
were all
kids club?
special.
yeah, I'm just
Well,
special
obviously.
ed.
And I have really enjoyed the virtuals that we have done.
Yeah.
Because it's an opportunity to see or to talk to those people that are not local, that still have some incredible juice out there that we love to drink, like High West and all of that. And I think that's important to be able to showcase their stuff as well. And it's always a fun time.
Well, High West has been just such a good friend of the shows in general, and I think they would say we've been a great partner for them as well. Right, when they have a release, they're able to email us and say, hey, we'd love to get one of our people on, or we'd love to send you something to review, and we always get it out there. So when I think of High West, like the Casa Noble might be the surprise of the year from them.
Yeah, because I think I was going to bring that up here in a little bit, because the thing I would love to do in the next year or two is us make a trip out there.
Yeah.
And actually do a podcast, if possible, from out there. I don't know if we'd be able to take much equipment.
Oh, I can
Are
get
you
it out.
gonna drive?
We can get it all out there.
All right.
I mean, you just got to pay for an extra bag.
I was going to say, you just have to have another car.
You just gotta
And
have
make
another bag.
sure it actually survives.
No, it'd be fine.
Just make it the carry on.
Yeah. No. That's way too big and too heavy for a carry.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless you divvy it
What
between
they
about
don't
5
know
people.
won't hurt them.
Yeah, that thing is massive.
Look at this underweight.
It would also look like a weapon with the big giant disc that you guys would have your things there. Like, who are you going to bludgeon to death with that thing? Like, there's no way they would let us on an airplane
Imagine
with that stuff.
security or TSA
No.
looking at that through the X-ray machine.
Security, get over here.
This?
Any chance we could segue to blenders? Individuals that have blended whiskey and send them out to us?
No.
Oh yeah, sure.
Dude, Ed Bly.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yes, one was a single.
The swagger and then the old stubborn.
Yes, yeah, you kind of claimed ownership to that one.
I did. I mean, they came to my house, yes. But I'd be honest with you, I would have brought them had I thought about it, because they were sitting on the bottom shelf.
What, did you just
tried
drink them so
those,
much?
Did you not?
I don't remember.
They're like the beautiful like teardrop bottles that have the actual glass in the thing in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had the little bird, the Rising Tide Spirits. Yeah,
I was
I
on
do
that
remember
episode.
that.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
the
the
one you-
episode
That
I
was
was
the
on.
one episode
Oh my God, Jared showed up all year, and he shows up for the $500 bottles. You would know Jared would show up for that. That's
I know money when I'm around.
I'm about to
it.
say he's an accountant. Why
enough.
wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And what was fun about that, it's, with a 12-year-old weeded West Virginia whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
And things that can make you go.
They did make me go, You know what? The funny thing is, I went back and revisited those. I guess probably about a month ago. I was sitting editing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pop each one of these. So I had 2 Glens, poured about a half ounce in each one because I didn't want to be too greedy.
Whatever.
And then I was just kind of going back nosing, and it's crazy how much more they've even opened up over the last little stretch.
Ooh,
So,
I'd love to go back to that.
I'm about to say one of mine that I want to revisit that was probably in my top 5 of visits here to the house, because we've had a couple great visits, like from 291 out, even out of the Colorado a few years ago.
Yeah.
But Koji from Mugen Spirits.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Kojin, yeah. Kojin Tashiero. Kojin is a good cat. Like it's he's got unique stuff coming out. Like, I mean, he has a lot of attention to detail, which I think makes you really, really successful or good at this business. The bad thing is with when you're starting a label or anything like that is just the monetary suck that just happens initially because you're throwing down all that money before you ever
Right.
make money. Especially when you're dumb, and you decide you're going to make a custom shaped label and all kinds of other things that some of these places do.
Right.
What are you talking about there?
Listen, I'm not saying I know from experience. I'm just saying that like when you do dumb stuff, it costs a lot of money.
it's almost like you're joking around.
Yeah, it's a real joke.
And we're still waiting for it.
So that being said, it has to be a labor of love, and if you don't love it, you probably shouldn't get involved with it, but it's a process, and that's why I have so much respect for people that do this. Turner and Jordan, those dudes, like they love rum, they love aged spirits. The Armagnacs, the Calvados, the bourbons now that they're releasing under Bourbon Deluxe. I know Brian brought one of those.
I know. That's why, like when I said blenders, I meant this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jared, you have this in your glass.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Wait. So what about it's delicious? Because we recorded a couple weeks ago about this one, maybe a month ago.
Yeah, probably about a month.
It's got a heck of a finish on it, man. I mean, that's the one biggest thing I notice is how long that finish just lasts.
Yeah.
And it's a blend of, was it 5 barrels, and they're both Bardstown distillate?
Yeah. Yep.
It's very delicious.
I'm about to say one of my surprises for the year of things that we tried actually came from my brother whenever he went up to New Holland. The Dragon's Milk.
Oh, the Dragon's Milk. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. People that use alternative yeast strands can come out with some really unique stuff, and I will shy away from that stuff less and less as the industry progresses, because I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of refreshing to see somebody that's taken a twist on an American classic, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they've made it their own. So it's definitely, when you get that different yeast strand, and then you get that malted flavor that comes off of some of those because of the way that grain marries with that yeast strand.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different monster in general.
That's a cool bottle.
Oh, yeah, the bottle was absolutely
It
amazing.
was very cool.
Yeah.
Do we even have any more left?
No, you finished it.
Sorry, Jared.
Thanks,
Snickerdoodles.
Barbara.
You know what? That's messed up.
But
I understand.
listen,
Well, you know what? If you would show up more often, you'd have a better chance.
it's not even that. Like, even your own husband has to hide certain bottles from you in order to make sure they make it to the next time.
This is a true statement.
Because Barbara has reckless abandonment when it comes to whiskey.
Why is there a bottle in my wheel well?
No, it's not necessarily that. Is that there'll be times that she'll just randomly pour stuff, just to try it.
Come on, the
stuff
kids
like
do
that.
it. We all know this.
Listen, there's definitely some truth in that too.
I thought this was a no judgment zone.
No, I'm jealous.
Oh,
Oh,
fantastic.
I'm judging hardcore.
Yep.
Oh, I know you are. Wait until Beckham can help you out.
You still got quite a few years for B can help you, dog.
Freaking rooster.
There we go.
Wait, KBF, you were given a bottle of the Michter's Toasted to take home with you?
Oh yeah, Dan McKee. Yeah. So that was just, I was floored completely by that. Like I was at the point in the event where like Brian and I had missed a bunch of the releases. We were walking around different things, and like
Dude,
every
we missed
time,
every release.
it just not every release, but almost every release. So anyway, we were sitting around, we were talking, and I went up to one of the people and I said, "You don't happen to have anything that you guys were releasing to podcast and media and stuff like that?" The girl's like, "Well, what do you want?" And I'm like, "Well," I said, "I don't know." I said, "I really just like to talk to Dan for a couple of minutes, and if there's anything you all can have, we can have. We'll put it back on. We'll review it on the show. Blah blah blah." And she's like, "Yeah, just give me like 5 minutes." And like 3-4 minutes later, Dan McKee comes just popping out, and Dan is like the nicest, most unassuming guy on the entire planet. He's carrying out a Michter's toasted sour mash, and he's like, "Let's go sit down and talk." So we walk all the way over there. He cracks the top. We start drinking it, start talking about it, everything else. And then he's like, "Here, just take it home with you." And I was like, okay. And that's and I'll be honest with you, this year's Michter's Toasted Sour Mash is probably a top 15 bottle for me. Like, it was really, really good for it being low proof. Like, I was shocked at how good it was.
Okay.
It's
You
always been
had
the
it,
same
Barbara.
proof. It's always been the same proof.
You see it? 'Cause
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm just saying it's for it being such low proof. Typically, when we get those low proofers, like I'm a big Hancock's fan for that low proof, but like it's one of those other ones. Like, man, this year's was just amazing. It was so good. So, do you not know which one's which, Dan? Are we
I think they're looking for the toasted.
oh, the Michter's stuff. It's not here.
I can.
You can get last year's. You do have last year's around here.
Yeah,
someplace.
I have it. I'll bring it out.
Yeah.
Give me a second here.
All right.
Another highlight from this year was we got to celebrate somebody's 21st birthday, and that was our first visit to the Speakeasy.
That is, yeah. Coop. I forgot about Coop. Coop had his 21st birthday. He came into town, Andy's boy, and we just got to kind of walk him through the old bourbon, the whole bourbon experience.
A 21-year-old bourbon experience. How does that happen? and secondly, how did he walk out of there?
He didn't. Listen,
I was like, did he?
with all fairness, he was a college kid. So we know what when
Never mind.
Very much so.
Yeah,
a college kid.
when you're a college kid, there's a lot of stuff you probably shouldn't or shouldn't do before you turn 21. That being said,
But he did them all.
Yes. But that being said, Coop is a troop. He's a trooper, man. He's a good kid. I really like Cooper. Not to mention, he's one of the best tattoo artists that I know. I mean, he's so talented, super, super talented. So I tell people all the time, like when they ask me where should I get a tattoo, I say you go see Coop, man. He's in Bloomington. You'll find him. So, is this a clean glass, Dan?
Yes, it is.
All right. What are you cheering about, Jared?
He's happy.
Beans.
Beans.
No, Michter toasted.
Here, I'll hand it to you.
I
poured Dana.
actually have glass. I have glass in my whiskey.
Yeah,
so
he's still got stuff in his.
Well, you can probably find another glass someplace.
that requires me
I
to get
did-
up and walk
That's
over
fair.
there, and that's me being lazy.
Brian, you were showing me something. What were you showing me?
Jack Daniels and their generosity sending us this year's 10, 12, and 14.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Yep. We did get samples from them on those.
That's right.
Sierra was a lot of fun. When she took us through that experience, it was really, really cool. It's not often you get a marketing person that doesn't actually work directly for the brand that's as enthusiastic or as knowledgeable as she was. And then she's just always been super cool about trying to help out with whatever she can in those situations. Gotcha. Nick, you looked at me like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I want to know more about, because there was one that I missed, but you and Brian had a good experience with Rolling Fork.
Oh yeah, Rolling Fork. Yeah, that's Turner and then Bourbon Deluxe. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
so-
I didn't realize it was Deluxe.
Yeah,
I
the Bourbon
apologize.
Deluxe. But for me, and listen, I think the bourbon product's great, but I've become a bit of a Calvados and Armagnac snob. Like, those things are just so good. And then their rum products. I mean, I think Turner's been on the show probably 3 or 4 times, probably over the course of the last 5 years or 6 years. He's such a fun-loving dude. Like, there's very few people in the industry that's as enthusiastic, as like giving, as cool as Turner is. He's just such a great dude. And then his partner Jordan is like just a barrel of fun. Like, he's like,
Dude, he's an attorney.
and he's an attorney. That's what I was about to say. Like, most attorneys, I mean, that I know, and listen, I got some close friends that are attorneys. Like, they are not known to be the most funny people that you know.
Well, yeah, like his thing, he hashtagged everything.
Yes.
I've never heard an attorney hashtag stuff.
Yes.
Out loud.
Yes, 100 times over again that he hashtagged in that episode. Hashtag blah, 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 blah. I can't even remember some of the stuff, but it was funny.
Yeah. So for those that don't know Armagnac or Calvados, Can you share some of that knowledge with us?
Yeah, so those are just brandies. They're very specific to certain regions of France. So the Armagnac comes from the Armagnac region. Calvados can come from any region, but typically instead of grapes, it's going to be made with either apples or pears. So that's the best way of designating which brandy is which in that situation. So,
And it was the second time that I've had a whiskey that had what is that? Amberana.
oh, Amberana, yeah,
Where I was a little pissed
yeah,
because it was aged in Amberana and then it was finished for an additional 4 years in a Jim Beam barrel.
yeah, yeah,
And I tasted, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay, so this is what, wasn't it a...
But that was rum. That was
we-
Brazilian rum. Yeah,
Well, yeah, and you would think of anybody that can do that, knows how to work with Amberana, it would be those in Brazil.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Then going back to the think tank, and I was doing some reviewing. We kicked off the year, I think, with over at Brian's office, interviewing Brian Gelfano.
Yeah,
for
Brian
True
Gelfo.
Story.
Yeah.
Gelfo, sorry.
Yep. Well, the funny thing is, we did 2 episodes 2 weeks in a row with Matt Gandolfo and Brian Gelfo, so it's a lot of
Gelfos.
Gelfo. It's a lot of
It's a lot of
O's.
Gel.
It's a lot of O's, like Augustino.
But yeah, that was that
Get it
True
right. It's
Sto-
Augustine Ho.
But yeah, True Story was interesting as that was another shoot off for Wes Henderson.
Yeah.
After he left Angel's Envy.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, the true stories are good, right? But the Brothers of the Lee stuff to me was the star of the show that day.
I'm not. Yeah, it was really.
I mean,
good.
it really was. I mean, the French oak was delicious.
Rye.
Yeah, the rye was so good. I mean, like I said, it's funny. We've done so many episodes this year where we've had great conversations. We've tried a lot of great whiskey, and a lot of it's kind of come back or here or there, and it almost always makes its way here at some point.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking back through everything that we did. Totally forgot about it. The episode with Filmland. I remember that one was really fun.
Yeah, Nick brought that one up. Troy Bolotnick. What
don't
was it?
remember
Town
names.
of Tomorrow Ends, I think, was the single barrel that we got.
Yes.
To me, that was just like, I was really shocked of the type of product that was, because and the funny thing is, like, he didn't change the label because it was going to cost too much for them to do a single barrel, so it said 9 instead of 10 years or 8 instead of 10. That made me laugh when I looked at Troy whenever I talked about it. And that goes back to, like, the experience when you talk about when you custom print or custom do a label, like, it's not cheap. It has some expense to it. So
I'd like to say something before we move on.
Okay.
This mash bill,
Which one?
the one that Nick just bought out,
Oh, okay. The Mictors.
the Mictors.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable.
and the funny thing is, this yours is better than that one. I've got it at the house,
How?
Dan. You just have to remind me. I'll let you get it. I'm telling you, it's better.
I mean, seriously, as soon as I put it on my nose, I knew I loved it.
yeah, it's got
Oh
a
my
great.
gosh.
It's got a great nose. But the one from this year just has so much texture and flavor. It really it fills your mouth with all kinds of goodness.
All the yummies.
Well, and I'm having this after having the 17 year, and I can and I can distinctly tell a huge difference, and a distinct difference.
At the same time, that 17-year, even though it was super high proof, did not drink to proof.
Never,
No.
did. Never.
The complexity was there for a higher proof, but not the proof.
So what's the JD we're drinking? This is one we've not reviewed this year.
Oh.
It's the JD.
The Heritage Barrel Series.
Yeah.
Yep. Toasted barrel. Yeah. What's the proof on this bad boy?
100 proof.
Oh, it is 90.
No.
Yeah.
About to say, I think I was looking for that one at one point, but hasn't been able to find it. But I'm going to taste that here in a moment.
Yeah. It'll make its way down. It's got a really good nose.
It's
man.
right there.
The toasted.
I really
level.
liked it. Yeah. They're toasted.
I was expecting
It's
to have a little
single
bit more of a marshmallowy note on the nose, but it really doesn't.
barrel. No. And there's no, like, banana or anything like that on it at all. I didn't think.
It's got some fruit, but it is not banana.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of baking spice, though. I know the legend will be like, oh, you're in your baking spice.
That means I'm going to love it.
It's definitely got a unique nose to it for sure. But
I will say, Scott, when it comes to your nose, everything is a baking spice.
It's also very large.
I'm about to say we
Maybe
can.
that's why he smells so much baking spice.
I'm about to say we can detect mint like no tomorrow.
yeah, for sure. it always makes me laugh because people are like, dude, you get mint on that? I'm like, I do. I'm like, I barely get any at all. And I'm like, dude, I can taste it. Like, and me and Nick are the same way. It's funny.
It's funny you say that because when you sit or you listen to the podcast, there isn't a lot of changes to the to what the nose is or the tasting notes or any of that. A lot of it kind of melds together, but there's not someone that's sitting there and saying, "Oh, you're crazy." Although,
It
it
happens
happens
tell
every
Barbara
now and
she's
again.
crazy all the time.
But we
Better
love Barbara.
believe it.
She's always the oddball. Not always.
but-
I'll be honest with you, her and Johnny have been on point a lot this year.
We've always been on point.
Yeah, but like it's been
Although
on a,
it has
it's
been
on
a little
different
bit
level.
more.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be right
It's been
on
on
that
a
one.
it's been on a different level this year than what it's been on the past.
Yeah, you might be right.
Because Johnny will get some bizarre stuff, which I always love about Johnny. You know, he's like, "Oh man," like when he starts throwing out stuff.
Pumpernickel bread.
Yes, exactly. Fig pudding. I mean, just like all the different things. So-
Venetian cherries.
yes. Yeah, he'll pull some crazy notes
I once
out.
said bubble gum and nobody agreed with me.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like
Exactly.
But my thing is when you get bubble gum, like to me that like bubble gum is a very very distinct flavor profile. When I think of bubble gum, I think of like the old school Big League Chew
Exactly.
It's like licorice.
Bazooka.
or Bazooka bubble
Yeah,
gum.
well,
Yeah.
it's kind of powdery, kind of chalky.
The ballpark stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so when I think of bubble gum, I think of something totally different than other people. Where some people might get bubble gum and they're thinking a stick of gum out of a pack of baseball cards. Like, really, there's different bubble gum flavors when you really think about it.
But the bubble gum reference that I made was on my nose.
Yeah,
Right.
It wasn't so much on the taste, but as soon as I put my nose in that glass, that's all I could smell was bubble gum.
So trying this heritage, it's weird. I almost can say that I get like a charred graham cracker on it. I don't know. That's the best way that I could describe it. It has I really can't call it like a toast because that's really light, but it just is this like darkening char on
So
it.
those are heavily toasted.
Okay, that
So
might be
they're-
why. Yeah.
They're what was it? They're heavily toasted and like a either a quick char. I don't know, something like that. I know they're heavily toasted though.
but the nose has got a lot of baking spice. But when you drink it, it's not coming through. It's a very mellow pour, just in general. It's
Yeah,
good,
it
but it's
is,
just very mellow.
Yeah, it is a mellow. But I do get the fruit. I'm still trying to narrow it down.
I'm not going to say it, but Jared's actually here today.
He's smiling.
Hey Scott,
I was gonna look at him and go say catchphrase.
Stone fruit.
what's a stone fruit?
Exactly. And honest to goodness,
That's
I've heard
actually
that.
where I was leaning towards.
I'm
I was
lean-
almost thinking,
Yeah.
like a very unripe peach.
Yeah, I was gonna go apricot. But
Okay.
yeah. But that's what I said. Like I was sitting there, I was sipping on it, and I was like, good lord,
Here we go.
Why are they called stone fruit, Scott?
because your mom.
Damn. Edit that out.
I'm
in
not
case she
I'm
listens.
not editing it
Oh,
out.
I know.
I love Jared's mom. She knows I love her.
Oh, hey, what about her?
bet.
What about her? Hey, so Jack Daniels says that the Heritage Toasted. Aroma, vanilla, graham cracker, and soft oak. Taste, rich balance of vanilla, marshmallow, and toffee. Toffee.
I do get a little bit of the marshmallow. I do not get the toffee.
I don't get the
anything
toffee
I don't
at
get
all.
anything that rich.
Yep. And then finishes brown sugar notes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Go
think I'm a
figure.
little off.
Yeah.
We're not
I
discounting
concur.
that whatsoever. I love you.
Barb is a little off.
You have an excuse for the week, so
I
we'll
really
let it
do.
slide.
Absolutely.
You do.
Thank you.
We'll let you slide.
You let me slide a lot, and at the same time, y'all don't.
But you don't take it out on us that much.
As we kind of wrap up
She does me, Jesus, right there.
2024,
An audible slap.
I think Brian's
Dude,
going to bring out a special
Move
pour
over.
for us to finish.
You had the opportunity.
finish
You
the
picked it.
episode, and then on
Scott
top
told
of
me
that,
to sit here.
I did. I don't know why, but I did.
You're inciting pain.
Exactly. We might need a fresh glass for everybody because Brian's gonna.
I like that.
He's gonna break out a fresh pour for us here, a fresh crack. But as we close this year and season out, and we start a new one into 2026, we really couldn't have done it without the crew, right? Like, I mean, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate what you guys do, what each one of you give to the show, and things to that nature. Brian's always bringing some crazy pour, something he found on the side of the road. Some good college crazy bottle.
Ooh, that was nice.
I gotta go change my pants.
Nick is the tech support of all tech supports. Like
Absolutely.
we'd have had zero virtual interviews without Nick.
I'm the
you know.
wild card of all wild cards.
You are definitely
Yeah,
a
you
wild
just
card.
show up whenever.
And I'm the second wild card, so don't feel so bad.
Very true. We would love to see you more often. Jared, maybe not so
The
much.
worst part is like Dan knows, but Dan's not on Facebook, so he can't get in the group chat. So it's really hard. He needs to pour me some.
Don't pour him any,
And
Brian.
that's the problem. I'm not on
Okay.
any of the chats, so
Gracias.
I always
Okay.
don't know until he invites me.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I just
if you want to invite me,
Yeah, I just forget. That's the biggest thing. Like, because we're always so busy. We're like all running at different directions. And the other thing is like, I mean, as much traveling as I've done this year, following the Hoosiers,
Boo.
it's been a lot.
Yeah, but say I've seen your courtside pictures at the basketball game.
Maybe.
For those of you that think Scott's not living the life, he's living the life.
I'm not living the bourbon life like I used
That
to,
is
but
true.
I'm definitely living the life.
He's living the Hoosier life.
I'm living the Hoosier life for sure.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy and what does he do for sure? Geez, oh Pete,
He Googles me.
that's right. You can Google me. Geez,
do
oh
we
Pete.
have to?
I mean, you'd probably find something about bourbon if you did Google me. That or business banking.
I've learned everything about bourbon from you and this whole group, so
Well.
I don't need to Google you.
But I really do. I appreciate everything that everybody's done. You know, Barbara, as much as she gets on my nerves sometimes, I do love her to death. I know what the time is. I've got it over here too. But
Hey,
but
I'm
thank
the
you, Brian.
sister you never had that you love to hate.
Oh, I have a sister. You remind me a lot of her. That's probably
That's probably the problem.
that's probably part of the
Oh,
problem.
Lord.
The Tude. Oh goodness.
2 plus 2 does eventually equal 4.
Yeah, 2 plus 2 in this situation equals 7, and I don't know how, but it's messed up.
All right. Hey, so what I brought out, and I'm hoping that it's going to be delicious. It's Michter, so it's got to be. So about 2 months after you guys allowed me to be a part of the show, like officially,
Good Lord, that was like a year and a half or it's a
yeah.
long time ago. You've had this bottle
Well, yeah.
unscathed for quite a while.
yeah,
then.
June 2nd, 24.
June 2nd,
Yeah, so it's
24.
not a
Dang.
25. Yeah, and it was one of the only times that I went to Michter's and I could do the barrel your own, and it was their bourbon. So it's 111.6 proof. They said it was like 5.5 years old, and so what's cool about these? They're all single barrels, and that they all run through. And when you look at what the barrel strength is, Michter's barrel strength or barrel proof? Barrel strength.
Yes,
Does it matter?
straight.
Well, it's for somebody like
Terminology,
me.
yes,
yeah.
I get it.
So use it like $140, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, barrel strength is what they use. You're
Yeah,
right.
and I even wrote down there, bourbon barrel talk.
There you go.
And then I missed the 5-year anniversary, so I'm like, well, shit. I'm going to see if I'm still around for the 6th anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm about to say I missed the 5th as well. that was what
You missed a Means last year?
Oh no, he was there.
You were
Oh,
there.
no, you were in Mainz. It was the fourth you missed.
It was the fourth that
The
I was
4 year you
at,
missed.
at Old Forester.
Yeah. Yeah, you did miss that one. Barbara was there, though. So, see, Barbara, you've made stuff that Nick hasn't made.
I know.
Oh, I was at the Old Forester one too.
You were, dude. That
That
was
was awesome.
That was fun.
Tyler.
I was coming in hot because there was a lot of traffic, and I really didn't know where
King
I was
of
going at the time.
King of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyler.
oh
was
my
my
God,
king in
that-
Kentucky.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
We had
night,
two
though.
different birthday bourbons. We had a 1977 Old Forester
yeah.
bottle.
Right, I
think
forgot
it was
about that one.
That was a great.
That was a great
dude, we had
night.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
Man,
that
we
night.
had we did have a
Nick
lot
is
of.
still flipping us off.
That was
He's
probably
still
one of my.
mad.
That was probably one of my first episodes back on the podcast after Beckham was born.
Yeah.
because I had opened
Yeah.
that King of Kentucky.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
funny thing was, like, I feel bad that Nick missed that one, but Nick has missed more this year of invites because of Barbara's poor scheduling than I can shake a stick at. We went and picked 9 barrels at Buffalo Trace. Nick got screwed. We went to Old Forester. Nick got screwed. We went to Green River. Nick got screwed. Barbara was she was living her best life most of this year. We'll just put it that way. And poor Nick got the shaft almost every time.
He's used to it.
Usually it's the other way around when somebody's getting the shaft.
I've held back so hard on so many things.
Oh, we know, Jared. We know. We know.
It's been almost an hour. Don't hold back no more.
Yeah. All right, so Michter's
Well, yeah, Michter's barrel strength,
111.
111.8.
Okay.
Yep, I know. Yeah, 111.8.
About to say it smells hot.
It does have a little bit of an ethanol nose. So I really shook it out this last time when I was spinning over here, and it's really helped out.
Wait, you know what they say? Say it. More than 2 shakes is what?
Oh no!
You shake it more than 3 times.
I was gonna say
you're-
something else.
You're playing with it. Yeah.
So something unique about Michter's, their barrel entry proof is at 103.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one really picked up proof.
Yeah.
So, which is funny, that's the reason I didn't really think it was absurd that it would get to 89 or whatever the toasted sour mash is. Bless you, Nick.
86.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, it's crazy that their barrel entry is so low that when you get those 110s, 111s, it is a unique experience.
I think that's also why their standard single barrel rye, that's $40. Awesome.
It's hard to beat.
So good.
I love Michter's.
So the
Rye.
nose on this thing, it's got some really nice dark sugars.
Dark. Yeah, it's like dark but also sweet at the same time.
Yep. It's got a slight fruit note on it.
So you're gonna laugh at me?
Yeah,
I got a quick
always.
hint of blueberry,
Really, that's funny.
and you're gonna be like,
Listen,
"What the fuck does a blueberry smell
Well,
like?"
no, I know what blueberries smell like and taste like, but it's one of those funny things that, like, I literally finally conceded. What, like 3-4 episodes ago, we talked about this. But, like, I finally kind of conceded that, like, I have gotten it on rare occasions on a bourbon.
Yeah.
Oh, and I agree. It's like a blueberry
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
I think it's more jam than just the physical blueberry. No
we say-
offense,
can
Jared.
we say
No,
it-
that's
all right,
fine.
in conjunction with blueberry, when it comes to jam, it's a blueberry jam. It's very jammy.
Yeah,
It does have a little bit of that dirty, dusty note, like blueberries kind of give off. I could
If you
definitely.
can't get blueberry off of this bottle that you just handed me, Nick, then you got problems.
To me, like, so the nose at 111, it doesn't nose that way. This is also something that somebody newer to whiskey or bourbon could actually nose like, ooh, okay.
Ooh, it's got a nice little rye pop to it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it does nose kind of hot, so it could be.
It drinks to proof, though.
It does drink to
does.
proof. I will agree with that. But the nose is still a little hot for me.
I find the nose to be a little bit sweet.
It is sweet, but it's got some ethanol to it. It's got some ethanol.
It's sweet while singeing the nose hairs.
I plucked all my nose hairs before I came, so I don't know.
Smart man, smart man.
He's trying to clear out more nasal passages, room for more.
Dude, I had a
more
sinus
nosing.
infection for about a week and a half straight, dude. Like, my nose, it was so raw. Like 3 days ago, it's finally starting to heal or repair itself.
Hill.
Heal.
What is with your inability to pronounce E-A-L?
Heal. Nobody says
E-A-L.
heal. Nobody says heal.
Nobody says deal when they're saying deal. Jesus, I almost just
I failed that so bad.
Choke on a dick, Jared.
The good news is nobody talks about my accent because I don't have one. Every one of you has an accent. I don't have an accent.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Pennsylvania.
No, it's not at all.
Nah.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
I
Massachusetts.
parked my car in the Harvard Yard.
It's this far from there on the map. They touch.
It don't matter. It's just a smidge different.
Lots of things that touch.
I'm so glad you caught that as well.
But yeah, so this is a solid pour. But I'm shocked at how much it does drink to proof, though.
So it.
Like if I would have drank this and didn't know that it was 111, I would have said it was probably between 105 and 110. That would have been the guess.
You know what the silly part is that I think this is getting heat from is just like, some of our honey finishes that we've done before, where you're getting the sweet heat
Yeah.
that might not be that hot, but the sugars are making it hot.
It's super enjoyable, though.
Yes, absolutely.
To your point, that's probably the sweetness that I got on my nose. But also to your point, the finish is subtle. I think it's subtle. I don't think it's hot. I think it permeates the palate and going down. Yeah,
it's real soft going down. It's
Yeah.
just that almost that front palate, mid palate, front and mid palate. That's kind of a little extra special, and then it just kind of helps, just slides down a little.
I get a lot of brown sugar on the finish.
It's like a sparkling drink to me.
I get a lot of mid.
That's different.
I get a lot of mid palate where it kind of hangs in the mid palate, but it doesn't hang in the finish.
Yeah, no, it
I
does.
agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was funny because three of you all just finished your glass at the exact same time.
I was finishing water. I finished my other glass earlier, so I'm rinsing right now. But cheers to you guys. Cheers to 2025. Cheers to 2026 and what we're going to do this year. I do appreciate everything everybody does for the podcast, and I love what we have here as a friendship and a fellowship. So, cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Love y'all.
Prost.
Cheers. Get the clinking on the mic.
Absolutely.
Clink, 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 clink.
Slanchva.
Slancha.
We don't actually hate
So if you want to find Bourbon Barrel Talk, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get those episodes as soon as they hit on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Email us any questions to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott signing off from the Bronx for our 6-year anniversary. Peace out.
Prost.
Infinity.
Slancha.